What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for Sports. So Colin Cowherd just said one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever heard in my life. One of the stupidest things, man. He said that Draymond Green essentially is a better basketball player than Carmelo Anthony, right? And later on in this take, he said that Draymond Green had more effect on the culture of the Warriors than Kobe Bryant did with the Lakers. Now, you wonder why I have problems with these people and some of the shit they say. Okay, he brought up the fact that Carmelo isn't the greatest leader. Well, look, at the end of the day, not everybody has the same leadership style. Everybody's not Newt Rockne or Vince Lombardi or Woody Hayes. You know, everybody's not all rah-rah in your face, yelling at you, screaming at you. You know, everybody's not like that. Some people lead by example. I do know this. No matter what people keep talking about with Draymond and leadership and winning and all of this crap, where is there any evidence that when he doesn't have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, another star around him, when does he elevate a team? Because what we were thinking about in theory with this guy, what we always suspected about him was confirmed back in 2019, 2020. When those guys were down. I'm not saying going to finals. I'm not even saying going to the playoffs. Even though, you know, Carmelo was able to take a pretty average to below average Denver Nuggets team to the playoffs. He was a rookie. You know, he didn't have Denver, you know, when he was with Denver, he didn't have a great team around him. I don't consider Nene a Hall of Famer. You know, I don't consider Linnaeus Kleiser a Hall of Famer. Now, later on, he had an old AI, but he didn't have great players around him when he was with Denver, and he was taking that team to the playoffs. And one of the most competitive, if not the most difficult, period in the Western Conference, in the history of the Western Conference. Probably the most difficult. The only other time I can think of where it might have been that competitive was the late 80s, early 90s. Draymond couldn't even take that Warriors team to a 500 record. But if you put him in a role and put him in a system specifically made for him to look good, anybody that plays like him would look decent. You put Ben Simmons where Draymond Green is, and that motherfucker will average a triple-double. Easy. And to say he's had more effect on the culture with Golden State than Kobe Bryant? Well, okay, I don't be seeing people screaming his name. I see people screaming Steph Curry's name. How many Finals MVPs does Draymond Green have? He got one Defensive Player of the Year award that he campaigned about. And you can sit there and say, everybody that say that Draymond ain't all that casuals. No, we're not casuals. We just look at the fucking game. He's a system. He's a product of that system. You put Draymond Green anywhere else, and he's just another fucking regular player. And by the way, Carmelo did adapt his game, dumbass, because Carmelo couldn't shoot threes. That was one weakness of his game. And if I'm not mistaken, if you look at plus minus for the Lakers last year, he was their most impactful player in the limited minutes he played. Dumbass. And statistically, he's one of the most clutch performers in NBA history. Dumbass. More impactful than Kobe Bryant. My goodness, man. Get this another clown need to get off television, man. With his stupid ass takes. Stick to football, dude.